If the state requires a collaborative agreement, how will that be handled? If a collaborative agreement is required by state law, a practice will need to find a collaborator before opening. There's 5 steps. The first step is to find out what the law requires in the way of physician collaboration. Is it a signature on a written agreement and an agreement to consult when necessary, or is it more involved, such as quarterly review of charts, co-signatures on charts and prescriptions, and monthly meetings? The second step is to make a list of possible collaborators. NPs will want to look for a collaborator who's competent, has a similar philosophy of patient care, will be accessible when necessary, and will do what is needed for a reasonable price. The third step is discuss the NP's needs, the state requirements, and fees with potential collaborators. Many potential collaborators are worried about increasing their liability for malpractice suits if they collaborate with the NP. The fourth step is to weigh the potential contributions and expense of various possible collaborators. And the fifth step is to draft or have an attorney draft a professional services contract between the physician collaborator and the NP. What sort of quality and productivity measures will the practice institute? If quality measures and systems to collect data on performance are set up at the time a practice opens, then data collection will proceed from day one, and attention to quality will be built into the structure of that practice. At what sort of quality and productivity measures should a practice look? And practices will be interested in quantity or productivity because the practice must do enough business to cover costs. Practices will be equally interested in high-quality clinical care so that they can build their reputation for quality, satisfy patients, and avoid medical errors. How will patient flow be handled? From day one, there must be an agreed-upon way of setting up appointments, greeting patients, getting insurance, or other payment information. Obtaining clinical intake information, history, old records, chief complaint and vital signs, visiting the provider, and arranging follow-up as needed. When making appointments, it should be considered about appointment making software. Appointment books from office supply stores remain a good option as well. But also payment intake information. For each patient, the intake staff person will need to obtain the following information: name, address, telephone number, social security number, date of birth, method of payment, and this method of payment can include insurance, cash, or credit card, insurance company name, address, and telephone number, copy of insurance card, and of course, emergency contact name, address, and telephone number as well. Next, will the practice use an electronic medical record, and if so, which one? Given the advantages of electronic health records and the trend in that direction, it makes sense for a brand new practice to begin with an electronic record. To answer the question of which record is best, start with articles in medical trade journals about the top electronic records, make inquiries, and then comparison shop. You can ask other practice owners about the pros and cons of their systems. Or a practitioner could start with paper records and then transfer the information to an EMR later. That, however, is a major undertaking. And where will I get malpractice insurance? There are several companies that offer professional liability insurance to NPs. Their policies and premiums change from time to time, so the new practice owner will need to inquire about coverage, limits, and requirements 30 to 60 days before opening. A practice owner will want a policy that covers not only the NP practice owner, but also any other staff or clinicians working there. Some of the questions to ask the insurer are: is your policy occurrence or claims made? Occurrence is the preferable. Will the policy owner cover me and my employees? Will the policy cover a physician if a physician collaboration is required in the state? What are the policy exclusions? What are the limits? May I read the policy before purchasing the insurance? Does the policy cover license defense or any other expenses in addition to damages for malpractice and legal expenses? And, of course, what is the premium?